What's going on, 49er Faithful, 49er fam, 49er Gang? This is your boy Niner Gang Podcast, a.k.a. 49er Dion, back in the building. So definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications so I can keep you up to date on any and everything San Francisco 49ers. With that being said, let's get right on into it, man. I got some special guests coming along with me for the ride for today. Definitely two of my really good friends, some of my partners over at The Hive. And they have their own podcast. If you haven't seen it, you definitely are missing out on extremely great content. We got my boy Christian. We got my boy Brandon. And they are from the Forever Faithful podcast. Let's bring them into the stream. Fellas, what's going on?
What's going on?
No, nothing much.
Hey man, it's early morning right before 49er game, so we're all nervous and we're all probably wondering what the hell we gonna do. Pinor, what's going on with you? But it's definitely Sunday. We are football ready, man. And we got a tall task on our hands. We got the Cincinnati Bengals, currently hold a 12-4 record over them. And by the way, we got 2 Super Bowl wins over them too. So appreciate you, Cincinnati. Make it back to the Super Bowl again. We'll meet you there and whoop your ass one more time. But let's start off with it, man. So one of those Super Bowl wins was with the incomparable Mr. Joe Montana. So we got to do that. We got to make sure Joe get a little love in the camera. These Sizzle in the building, man. Hey, when I tell y'all these Sizzle gonna be on the show. I'm getting him on the damn show. You know what? D Sizzle, you in the comments. We gonna get you on the after show. That's it. I got it. Because his reactions are perfect, priceless, and they're really what 49er fans feel. See, a lot of 49er fans are very well reserved. They're quiet. When they're in the public, they don't really show the natural emotion. Some of us do, some of us don't. Majority don't. But me, on the other hand, oh no, I'm out in public. I'll let you know how I feel. And have you ever met a 49er fan, before we get into this game, have you ever met a 49er fan that just disappointed you? Like you see him, like you know how it is. You see, like if Christian, you don't know me, you see me walking down the street. I got this Trey Lance jersey on. Your automatic insight is what? He's a Niner fan. Yep. Let me greet him. Let me say what's going on, what's up, everything. You want to know where I'm from in California, all that stuff. Then you meet that person, like, oh, I just like the jersey. Take that shit off. Take it off. Like somebody else's goddamn jersey, okay? We are the faithful. We are to be respected. We are not to be played with. I reach you, you better know some shit. Like, it drives me insane. Like, one dude came in, he had the Joe Montana jersey on. He had the hat. I mean, he was 49er down to the socks, literally the socks. He knew nothing about the team. I was like, bro, do you understand the man that you don't? Okay, never mind. Well, but how do y'all feel like when that happens to you guys? Like when you meet a 49er fan, man, or you see somebody and you want to greet them, but you think they look at you and you're like, huh?
Go ahead, Christian.
Honestly, it's happened to me a couple times, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. I kind of just brush it off. It's annoying, but whatever.
I haven't had that happen to me yet.
I'm not sure really what to say to them. It's like, well, do you then?
I was actually at the Warrior game the other day, and I ran into one of this couple, and I'm like, hey, who's your football team? Because we literally were talking because we met each other on the train and everything. And he goes, oh, it's the 49ers. So I was like, all right, here we go. let me talk my sense. And he even agreed about, we could have had the same record with Trey Lance. Because I brought that up, like we were talking about it on our last.
That's dope. Actually, Lefty, sit back a little bit. I like that shirt, man. Let me see the shirt, dog.
That's my freaking. That's my
dope.
Debo. My Debo.
Hey, the Yak Bros. That's hardcore right there. Hey, man, Pinor in here. Look, Ed. Look, Pinor. This is the truth. He said, I ain't gonna lie. When I see anyone who has a Trey Lance jersey on, I think they're ready to move on from Jimmy.
Dude.
Yeah, seriously.
No, the only
Hey, I
the,
have mine on too.
the
Well, not
only
right now,
freaking
but
fans that Niner fans that make me sad or piss
Trey
me off,
Arian.
whatever you want to call it, is the Jimmy sexuals. Because if you're a Jimmy sexual, then you don't understand football, and you are a fan and watch the game without ever understanding the game. And
You
that's
know
the
the
way I
funny,
see it.
you know the funny thing. I've been very fortunate in my comments. I don't have Jimmy sexuals. Nobody in
No.
my comments is like that. And shout out to D Sizzle. You know what it is. Look at this. Run the ball and don't overwork Debo. Please keep defense keep them under 20 points. Those are prime examples of what you need. Strictly based on the fact that that is exactly what we will have to do to win this game. If you can run the ball, control the clock, limit Jimmy's throws, you can win. That's basically what we needed to do. That's the issue that we face on a daily basis, is wondering if we can actually put a game on Jimmy's shoulders. Now, before I was jumped on here with you guys, I was watching a little bit of Sizzling Sunday. Shout out to my guys over at Nitty Gritty Niners. And Peachy, I love you, but you're scaring me. I thought her coffee was spiked because Peachy literally said that she thinks that we're going to be able to throw on the Bengals with Jimmy because we don't have an Elijah Mitchell and we got to go out there with Jeff Wilson Jr. and Jermichael Hasty. So I was like,
what's that Hill guy that we just brought up too?
yeah, Brian Hill.
Brian Hill, yeah.
So he's another running back. But look, man, everybody got hot takes, and there's no disrespect to Peachy whatsoever. She know I got nothing but love for her. But my thing is, I'm like, so you're gonna put the ball in Jimmy's hands? No. I don't know. It's like somebody handing you a drink you don't want, and like you're about to throw up and you drank too much. And they say, hey, man, here, just one more. Nope. Nope. And they keep going, one more. Next thing you know, you just let it go all over them, and then they're pissed off. And it's like, well, I mean, I just told you I didn't want no more. I couldn't barely hold down what I had left.
I mean,
so
all the Bengals defense has to do is do exactly what Seattle's defense did. Seattle's defense, I think, is really, when you think about it, the first defense we played that like legitimately was like every single play we're stacking the box. They literally, I swear to God, it wasn't just 8-man boxes at times. I was watching 10-man boxes
God.
where there was one safety outside the box and the rest of the box was, there's 10 guys in the box, and Elijah Mitchell would go and run and make a guy miss, and then as soon as he makes that guy miss, he has nowhere to go because there's somebody already on him. And it's like you want to beat the Niners, that's what you have to do. You just have to freaking stack the box because Jimmy has like maybe 2 or 3 throws he can make. And if you keep a safety mid-level and stack the box otherwise, then he's going to be right where Jimmy likes to throw the ball anyway.
So here's the thing. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I feel like because I know you said they shouldn't use Debo as much, especially in the run game.
Shouldn't even be playing.
I feel like they are because they don't have Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, he shouldn't even be playing because he's.
I would have liked to get through this game without Debo, honestly, just so we don't re-aggravate the injury. That's what scares me because I know Kyle and I know Jimmy. Jimmy's going to go to him as much as he possibly can because as much as people don't want to admit it, that is his security blanket. Okay, every quarterback has a security blanket. Whether they got 1, 2, 3, or 4, they've got somebody that they go to when they're in times of pressure and they feel like they're about to get sacked. Now, here's another thing. So,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, unless it's George Kittle.
Yes, then that's different. Now, I'll tell you this. This defense is not to be looked at as just a joke. There's a kid named Logan Wilson. This kid has 92 tackles, a sack, 5 tackles for a loss, 4 passes defense, 4 interceptions, and a forced fumble. So don't play with Logan Wilson. Don't think that young man at linebacker is not going to come out there hunting for Jimmy G. There's another thing here that's startling to you. You ever heard of a guy named Trey Hendrickson? The man has 11 and a half fucking sacks. Okay? You need to be worried about that, man. He's balling. When it comes to the Bengals defense, this is not something that you just laugh at, and they're not the Bengals of the past, so to speak. So you've got Larry O, and I'm gonna call him Larry O because his last name is way too hard to pronounce, and I don't want to screw it up. He's got 4.5 sacks. BJ Hill, a defensive tackle, has 4.5 sacks. So, and then Sam Hubbard, the defensive end, has 7.5 sacks. So that right there will tell me their front four get busy, and it's not a game. They still got Von Bell playing. Von Bell is going to be on the field. He's going to be ready. He's ripped and ready to go. But I'm going to take a look. Hey, what's going on, Peachy?
The thing with Cincinnati is that their defense is that their DBs can be carved. Like they can be exposed, and you can make them pay because their DBs are as bad as ours at times. But we don't have a quarterback that's going to do that. Like if you watch, I watched the game last week where Herbert he was just whining and dining all over those DBs last week, and Jimmy can't make any of those throws that Herbert can make.
Exactly. I was about to say because Jimmy is not Justin Herbert.
No,
not
dude.
Stretch of the imagination. Even though I'm sorry, Justin Herbert looked like he's still about 17 years old in high school, and he had just a basketball growth spurt over the summer, and he came in, and you're like, why the hell are you so goddamn tall? Dude, like that's literally what he looked like, a high school kid. I swear to you, when I first
some big boy throws, that's for sure.
He makes some grown man throws, bro. Grown man throws, and he's got the experience. So here's the thing, we are at a bit of an impasse, and we've got to figure out exactly what it is. So here's the right side of the line is what's going to scare me.
Yeah, I was just
can Daniel Brunskill and Tom Compton hold it down over there? That's our fear, because if we pass the ball a lot, that means we got to rely on Tom Compton in pass coverage, and we couldn't rely on Mike McGlinchey in pass coverage. So what makes you think Tom Compton is going to be any better?
Tom Compton wakes up every Sunday and goes, "Whose bitch am I going to be today?"
Instead of flipping it around and reversing it and saying, "Who am I going to make my bitch today?"
Yeah, he's good. He gets just freaking demolished.
Yeah, you remember the Water Boy? Remember when the kicker did that? He's looking. He said, "Who's going to be my bitch?" And he found a dude who was cockeyed as all hell.
Yep.
He kicked right at him. That's what defensive ends do. They go over and say, "Where's Tom Compton at?" Oh, there he is. Let me go get him. So
I don't know why we can't just move Brunskill in there and put Banks in there. Banks must really suck. I mean, he must really suck or something. I don't get it.
Let me tell you something, man. Aaron Banks is unfortunately one guy who hasn't gotten a lot of love, as far as like them saying, like, the funny thing, when we over the course of the season, we were feeling like we wasted a pick on Ambry Thomas. And he's been getting praised for the last 2 weeks about what he's been doing on special teams and how he's been developing. So that's cool. But here's the thing. When it comes to Ambry Thomas, he may well start today because Dante Johnson had some kind of a personal issue. He's not going to be at the game.
Well, hallelujah, dude. I don't want that guy anywhere near that.
Let me tell you something. Here's the thing. Right now, Dante Johnson over Ambry Thomas or Diamador Lenore is going to look good. You know why? Because neither one of those dudes have played, and there's a lot of rust to knock off, and you don't want to knock off rust against Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and or Jamar Chase. I am so sorry because those dudes have been playing, and though Jamar Chase's numbers have dropped off a little bit, he is a baller. And you got to remember when you got and see the thing, I don't want T. Higgins getting behind our defense, because if he does,
everybody's gonna get behind Norman. Norman's just gonna be like, "Oh, dude, see you, man. Have a good day."
The thing is,
enjoy that touchdown.
What does that create with Josh Norman? Penalties. Because when Norman knows he's about to get beat or somebody's going to get behind him, he'll hold, he'll grab, he'll do something. So we want to keep that to a minimum. But I think 49er Media said Jalen Moore should start. So if Jalen Moore starts, I feel more comfortable about the pass game. I feel
he's really good. Like, I really like that pick because that guy he's awesome.
Yeah. He's a better swing. I think he's our swing tackle. And I think that's what it is, honestly. And to be honest, you know what I would have done if I was Kyle Shanahan, and I'm just speaking hypothetically here, I would have kicked Brunskill out to right tackle and moved Tom Compton in the guard. At least I would know that he has an easier time in the run plays on the guard rather than, because Daniel Brunskill seemed to do a lot better at tackle than he did at guard.
Yeah.
Remember when Justin School was getting murdered in the Cleveland game and they sat him? and put Brunskill in left tackle, and Brunskill held it down, that tells me that he has a better, he does better on the outside.
He's more natural. He's more natural at tackle, and if he could just fill in and be our new tackle, if we could just replace him at guard, and he'd probably be fine next year if we let McGlinchey walk tonight, so we don't have to pay him. And we've
already picked up his 5th-year option.
Okay, well, Either way, it's just like, we can pay Brunskill a lot less, even if we have Legidji for 1 year, and when he's finally due for contract, we can eventually move Brunskill out there and put somebody else at guard.
Yeah.
Or we have more. More might end up taking it over too because he's a rookie. So.
Yeah, let me pull up the injury report. Let me see here.
I have no faith in this game.
I could have sworn it was up there. I thought I had it. Let me see. This was just a few hours ago. So let's see. Let's see what we got.
I'm excited to see the rookies play though today.
I think honestly the biggest thing that I'm frustrated with is that Debo's playing because they're going to get him hurt again, and we're not a playoff team, and even if we are, we're not good enough to do anything. So like,
I don't want that at all.
Don't hurt Debo to where it leads into next season just to try to freaking salvage a possible wild card playoff spot where we're not a good enough wild card team to beat anybody anyway.
Yeah, so the following players for the Bengals have been ruled out: Marcus Bailey, Chris Evans, Tyler Shelvin, and Logan Wilson is not playing. That is a godsend for us.
What about what's his name? The running back. He was hurt. He was out. He was out of practice.
Mixon's playing. Okay. Yeah, he wasn't on that list. Mixon is playing. And we know who's out for us already. We have no Elijah Mitchell. We have no Dante Johnson.
Did Mitchell's knee end up being worse than they thought it was? Is that what happened? Why he's out?
No, I think you did Pioneer. I get respect, brother. You said Logan Wilson was out. I didn't get a chance to look at the injury report. I apologize, brother.
I told you.
But I told you. But that's all good. I like when fans do that, man. Look, man, we all look at the stuff because we try to make sure we looking at things in general. But for us, it's so since we have no Logan Wilson and they DBs can be cooked, this is starting to look a little bit more like I'm scared to say this, a Jimmy passing game. And if you notice the trepidation in my voice when I said that, I get a little worried. Von Bell is still playing, and he's a pretty good safety. So here's the thing. What are our keys to this dub as of right now? Because we got Jeff Wilson Jr. and Jermichael Hasty. So Christian, go ahead, and then we're gonna jump over to Brandon to see what the keys.
From what I've seen from Jimmy for the past couple of years now, and I kind of wish we would just run the offense this way with him in there, is just run a no huddle, like the whole fucking game, run a no huddle, like because that's what Jimmy's good at. The 2-minute drill where you're no huddling and you hurry up and calling into plays, and Jimmy's not thinking a lot and he's just making things happen naturally. That's when he's at his best. The less Jimmy has to think for some reason, the better he is. So if we're limited to having to pass a lot, we can run the 2-minute offense, tire out the defense, and do what Jimmy's good at. And if he's going to pass the ball, make him pass it on a 2-minute drill type of offense, because apparently in a 2-minute drill, he can actually throw the ball. Because against Seattle, he had the best throw of the freaking season in an out route to Ayuk where it was perfectly placed. And I'm like, did he really just throw the ball outside the numbers accurately? And it's like, well,
right.
Apparently he can only do that on the 2-minute drill. So how about we just run a no huddle most of the game and see how that works out? Because the less Jimmy has to think and the more he can just play football, he seems to do better. Like, that guy is such a freaking basket case in just a head case that if you take away his ability to be a head case and overthink it, he's fine. Seriously, I would literally just run the no huddle with Jimmy all game and see what happens. He's going to look like fucking Joe Montana if you run the no huddle all game, because he's not thinking. It's freaking see the play, look who's open, throw the ball. It's not freaking, call the play, think about it, hike. No, fucking get the play in there real quick, hike, boom, make the play happen.
Brandon,
Every single time in the 2-minute drill. That's why he looked good against Green Bay at the end of the game, because it's a 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
That's why he looked good up until the last 2 plays, even though, they weren't fully his fault, except for maybe the one batted down. But that drive, that 98-yard drive that we almost scored on, that's why he looked good, because it's a 2-minute drill. And like all season, he can't throw outside the numbers, and we've been banging the table he can't throw outside the numbers accurately, and that his best ball of the season is to Ayuk outside the numbers against Seattle.
Well,
on the 2-minute drill, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, let's hope this week that we can get some goddamn calls on these refs, because we are in somebody else's house. But Brandon, what are your keys to the game outside of what Lefty was saying? Because I honestly agree. Shit, if you just keep running the goddamn ball, the 2-minute drill, defense get tired out. Jimmy seems to look like a fucking quarterback. But what are your thoughts on that, sir?
I agree. I was just gonna bring that up too, because it's funny, because when you see them in the 2-minute drill, they drive down the field like it's no problem, and in the rest of the game they have an issue. And I think what they need to do in today's game too is interact with Ayuk more. I think if you have Ayuk play more, get some catches more, then Debo, so we can keep Debo like still healthy. I think we'll have a good game, and I feel like, especially, we don't have a run game today because Elijah Mitchell's out, and we can't really rely on Hasty and Wilson, right? So, and keep Debo away from the backfield, right? So I think using Ayuk a lot more today should help us, as well as getting Kittle the ball, like we did last week.
The thing with Ayuk, though, is I like that idea. The thing with Ayuk, though, is Jimmy has, in order to get Ayuk going, Jimmy has to be able to anticipate Ayuk, because Ayuk's such a freaking fantastic route runner. If Jimmy could just anticipate him, he could be hitting a wide open Ayuk by himself out of his break, because he's such a good route runner. He's wide open when he comes out of his break of the route. Like,
Christian,
if he could just anticipate Ayuk would have a 200-yard game and look like freaking Terrell Owens.
Christian,
sorry,
we're asking Jimmy to do things he doesn't do. Let's slow down.
I know.
Hitting someone out of it, hitting someone already out of their break is not a task that Jimmy Garoppolo can complete.
It's just crazy, because when you watch Ayuk run his routes, dude, he is wide open almost every single time. Dude, he literally, I swear to God, it'd be like watching T.O. out there if we had a quarterback that could get Ayuk the ball.
He's in the hard thing, and I said this before, is Jimmy is consistently inconsistent, which is why I don't care for his play. So Pine Nor had some keys to the game, and Pine Nor, man, all you got to do is hit me up, brother. You got some real good stuff there, man. So you hit me up. I bring people on the show. I don't care who you are, what you do, how you feel. This is my, I kid you not. I tell you, this is my shit. I don't care. I tell people all the time, nobody be done. But Pine Nor says keys: attract the middle of the field, because that's where the Bengals D sucks. Have good rotations with the running back spot. Play mistake-free football on special teams. D'Amico Ryans have a great game plan to limit the Bengals offense. You can say that, and we could just jump off right now and close the damn show out. Those are very simple Pine Nor. If I had a little thing that made a sound that claps, I would do it, but I do not have a soundboard. I am not that advanced. And as you got you, there you go.
You know that freaking D'Amico Ryans' game plan is, he's telling his defensive lineman right now, all right, guys, our game plan is go get those motherfuckers. Otherwise, we fucked.
Attack.
That's
what it is.
The D-line has to go get Burrow. Dude,
I'm going to tell you right now, we should feast, because this offensive line is fucking trash. I'm telling you, look, Nick, and here's the thing. You watch NFL Network, watch ESPN, you watch all these shows. Why is his name not mentioned?
Dude,
they don't like talking about the 49ers.
Now, I'll tell you
this, bro.
Now, I'll tell you this. I know, literally, since I started this channel some years ago, I have one video that has been viewed the most. I think I've got over 2,000 views on it. And it was because I didn't want to draft Nick Bosa. I didn't. I didn't want him to because I didn't like his injury proneness, and I didn't like some things that he
I remember that.
said. Yeah, and believe me, people, I'd still get comments. "Yeah, this didn't age well, and you look stupid." And but I'm looking at people like, at that moment, I didn't look dumb. And I said, and one guy, he really tried to come at me. So I said, look, man, why don't you get at me in my DMs? Let's have a man-to-man conversation. I said, because you're getting a little reckless. And I'm telling you right now, if you're in Arizona, I might have to find you. So I don't want to have to do that, but, your mouth is running just a little bit too much, bro. You're going to have to calm down. It's social media. It's not real life. And if it's real life, I don't think you want to do that to yourself. You do not know me. Don't do that. And we had a conversation, and he calmed himself down. And I let him know what was being said. And then what killed me was not but a couple months ago when he got with this new girlfriend that everybody loves, because they look at her and they're like, oh, my God. I slid him some comments that she had to say, some things she had to say. And I said, do you understand why me as a black man would be a little bit upset by these things? And he just, okay. All right. I said, okay. So now that we have an understanding, get out my comments and get off my back because you're doing a little too much. But I told people he was injury prone. Nick Bosa's played this year and his first year. Did he not get injured?
Hey, to be fair,
I understand.
That's the worst turf in the history of turf.
I understand it's the worst turf in the history, and it took two of our defensive linemen in seconds.
At the same time.
Back-to-back plays.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, injury prone. I wouldn't say he's injury prone, but he's prone to injury. I'll flip that around because it happens. He's had injuries in high school. He has injuries in college, and he's had injuries at the pro level. So it's happened, and everybody was like, well, why would you want Josh Allen? He's this, he's that. I like Josh Allen because Josh Allen was healthy his whole damn career. I never saw him get injured. And I liked his output. I liked his production. The only difference between Nick Bosa and Josh Allen is Bosa is a true defensive end. Josh Allen is actually a true outside linebacker / defensive end. He can put his hand in the dirt on occasion, but I don't think it's what he would normally do. When I look at the tape and I look how Jacksonville runs that 3-4, it makes more sense for him to be an outside linebacker because he can get after the passer. Case in point, Aldon Smith.
He's my favorite.
I'm so upset and heartbroken that the young man can't get his life together. I'd love to bring him home. I really would, because it would be so fun to put Aldon Smith. You got to remember, man, they said Aldon Smith was the next fucking Lawrence Taylor.
Dude, he was, dude.
Okay, but do you know how hard it is to get someone to say something like that? That's really, really hard.
Dude, he was that dominant. I mean,
that's like when they called Josh Gordon the next Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that kind of praise if you don't do something spectacular. So, wait, hold up. Let me put this up here because we're going to touch on this real quick. This right here. See here. Let me. I'm put that up. No. Let me tell you this. Do you know that he posted on his Twitter account? I told them all of y'all plays might as well turn around now.
Yep, I saw that.
Trent, let me tell you something. I'm gonna sip my tea because I want to be real. I'm gonna try to be real polite when I say this. Jerick McKinnon was on live with Deebo Samuel. He was asked if he could come back to the 49ers. And he said, fuck no. On to the next. Now, Jerick McKinnon's a gadget guy over in Kansas City. Don't get a lot of PT now, does he? Because there's two younger kids in front of him that are a lot better than he is. Now, let me tell you what Jerick McKinnon was. He was an ungrateful fuck. Because we lined his pockets for years while he sat on the sideline, collected a paycheck, fed his family, made sure they had clothes on their back, shoes on their feet, and food in their mouth. And he was ungrateful. Trent Taylor, don't be an ungrateful fuck. Because if you go over there and you want to go ahead and say, hey, we do this, hey, we do that, you ain't even on the field to really go ahead and do anything about it, are you? You weren't much when you were here, bro. And you're not much when you're over there. Because there's a kid named Jamar Chase, another kid named Tyler Boyd, and another guy named T. Higgins that are all better than you. So if you want to go and run your mouth and give up our plays, how about you try to get on the field to be able to actually produce some damn numbers and some stats to be relevant again. Because we made you relevant. We allowed you to be here. I know you might be good friends with George, but let me tell you this. George, you might want to go tell your friend to shut the fuck up. Close his mouth. It's not going to work.
Yep.
You can't be coming out talking about, I'm going to tell everybody your plays and be disrespectful like that when we made sure you was all right. We waited through your 8 or 9 foot surgeries you had. And I know I'm exaggerating, but I'm doing it on purpose. So at the end of the day, brother, have some damn respect, man. We lined your pockets. We made sure you was all right. Don't be stupid. Be smart about it. Use your brain. Think before you act. Because if you get out there on that field and somebody come for you and they knock your little ass out, you can only expect it.
Yep.
If Fred come and he knock you down and he look at you and he tell you that's for going ahead and running your mouth about our plays, don't be mad. If Aziz come through and Al-Shair that ass, don't be upset. If Lenore knocks you back 4-5 yards, don't be upset. We'll come for you, man. Let me tell y'all something about football. When bounties are laid out, it's real. You think just because the Saints got exposed that shit still don't go on? People, you would be lying to yourself if you did not think that players are not incentivized to go out there and wreck the fucking game.
Jonathan Vilma still hates the Niners, bro. That's why he's a jackass when he's calling our games.
Look, man, Jonathan
hates them.
And Jonathan Vilma was he had maybe 2 good years where he was maybe close to an elite linebacker. Other than that, he was average.
It's just because he was on that Saints bounty team. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, he was all right. It wasn't that great.
Frank Gore still punked his ass.
Frank Gore punked a lot of people, man. Frank Gore always fell forward. He may not have been the fastest dude, but he was that's a load of
no, dude. He had more heart than anybody I've ever seen play football.
Hey, now have you seen his son?
Oh, dude. Playing quarterback now because they're down to nobody at quarterback.
Talk about the bloodlines flowing properly. That young man is a baller, and he runs hard, that kid on your like team. His daddy. He's runs
got that heart. He plays with that heart like his daddy.
Yeah, and the funny thing, I had a buddy of mine who was tapped in real well with college football, and he knows a bunch of people, man. Do you know that Willis McGahee and Clinton Portis faked injuries so Frank Gore could get on the field?
Really?
When they were at the U, they purposely would fake injuries so that Gore could get some time because they all saw his talent and they knew how good he was.
Wow.
Both those running backs are great guys. So, and I love both
great guys. Great. And you remember, I remember this. I don't know if y'all do. I remember when we had Kevin Barlow.
Oh, dude, I love Kevin Barlow back in the day.
He had the little 1,000-yard season and he wanted us to open up our pockets. And we traded him to the Jets and he got paid and he did nothing.
Yeah.
I remember Frank looking into the camera saying, I'm going to show y'all why y'all traded Kevin Barlow. He held through to every fucking word. Yep. He didn't hold back at all, man. It was a beautiful thing, and I loved it. So what do y'all think about this Bengals offense? What do you think outside of the usual suspects, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon? I've heard that Joe Burrow's thumb looks like a destroyed fucking sausage. Like somebody just mangled it up and just put it back in skin.
He's a tough son of a bitch, though.
He is.
He's a tough son of a bitch.
Wasn't his pinky that got hurt?
No.
I thought it was his thumb.
Wait. No, he's the one with the pinky. It was like the
pinky
sideways.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Somebody else had the thumb.
Oh, looking like Brian Baldinger.
Yeah.
So, with the effects of the pinky, I would say I wouldn't be seeing a lot of throwing, like especially deep.
No, you don't really need your pinky though.
You do.
Not that much.
Yes, you do. When you grip the ball, let me tell you something. Because when you're gripping the ball, so your thumb is your main proponent to be able to hold it. Well, so typically you're holding specifically with your thumb, and you're going to put your fingers in between the laces. The thing is when you go from your index to your middle to your ring finger. Your pinky basically is partially going to
That's
help
the
with
one.
the zip on the ball.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
see.
So
Alright.
you need that little bit of grip right there to be able to throw it properly. So you're not going to see him go deep too much. At least I don't think so. If your pinky is just falling all over the goddamn place, because you're not going to be able to truly grip the ball right and rip it the way it's supposed to be done. You know, I mean, if they were throwing out there one of those little Nerf joints, little things that have like a little flag on the back of it or something, it screams while it's in the air or something like that. But you can't do that with an actual normal size football.
The thing about the Bengals offense though is they're if you think about it and then you watch them, they're a good offensive line away from being the best offense in the NFL. That's how good Joe Burrow is. That's how good their receivers are. Joe Mixon's a fucking dog.
Yeah.
He can catch the ball out of the backfield better than most, and he's great running, but in between the tackles, outside, and then their receivers can make every catch, run every route, and then Joe can get him the ball from anywhere. It's just they don't have an offensive line, and Joe gets hit like freaking ridiculous amount.
Yeah, Joe Mixon has 978 yards. He's averaging 4.3 yards per carry, and that man's got 12 fucking touchdowns.
He's a running back. He was good. He was good at Oklahoma, dude. Like
that's some damn
freaking
bro.
Yeah.
Oklahoma freaking gives out good running backs, though. If they're from Oklahoma, they're going to be a good running back.
Hey, yeah, man. Who was that? What didn't AP come from Oklahoma? Wasn't Adrian Peterson?
Adrian Peterson. If you remember DeMarco Murray,
Trent Williams was Oklahoma. He was the left tackle there.
But you had like DeMarco Murray. You had Joe Mixon. You had Adrian Peterson. Trey Sermon was there. Before
he was there.
He
transferred over to Ohio State.
That's why. That's honestly his Oklahoma tape is the biggest reason I've been pounding the table that they drafted him for Trey Lance.
He balled at both places. That was
off the RPO though.
Yeah.
Off the RPO style of offense, which I would assume we're going to run with Trey Lance. So,
man,
it sucks that he hasn't done anything and now he's hurt. I do not think this will be the same thing when Lance is in there. I think he'll be a feature back.
I think I have to agree with you. I think he will be, man. But Joe Mixon, yeah, man, he balling. When you got 12 fucking touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards, that you're very capable. And the thing is when you look at it, he is only 12 yards away from 1K. Well, no, I'm sorry, not 12, 22. He's 22 yards away from 1K. He probably will eclipse that mark today. We may be able to hold him, but I don't think we're going to be able to hold him to less than 22 yards. If we do, that's an amazing feat, and I'd love to see it. But I mean, 22 yards, yeah, hell, I'd give you 11 carries for 22 yards. You can get your little funky 1,000 yards to get off the damn field. But Python says the O-line are absolute trash. They rank 28th. Burrow's ranked first in interceptions with 15 currently. Mixon averaging 2.6 yards in the last game against the 32nd run defense with the Chargers. The wide receiver core is great, and Uzama is an okay tight end. I don't fear him at all, which is why I haven't necessarily mentioned him the whole time we've been doing the show, because Uzama is, he's but
they're going to draft a tight end. The Bengals will draft a tight end in this draft.
Yeah, and it's going to make it work. No, what they should be doing.
I know I'm biased, but Utah has at least two that can be ballers in the NFL next year. So
let me tell you this: what you do, and I've always felt like this. If you're going to build the team through the draft, you need to be able to try to build on both sides of the ball through the draft with however many picks you have. So for me, right now, honestly, with the 49ers, because we don't have a first-round pick, you know what I would do next year? In the drafts, just a little sidetrack, I would go offensive line. You want somebody? Find a true guard. Find somebody that can actually get on the field and start, and who's actually going to fit your system, because Aaron Banks obviously ain't it, because y'all don't have no faith in the young man, and y'all ain't said nothing good about him the whole damn season. Or you can't, or if anything, be honest with you, find a way to get your ass in the first round. Find a way to snuff somebody for a pick for Jimmy G. Cassidy says,
if that's the case, we got to take a corner though, and otherwise, I think if you let Jimmy G go, you have the money.
I didn't mention a corner because we're not going to do it. We
Well,
don't
gotta at
draft
least.
first round cornerbacks. We
I
had
mean,
an
we gotta at
opportunity
least.
at Asante Samuel Jr. And
Yeah.
magically he walked over to the damn Chargers. Why? Because we traded back to get a guard who did nothing. I am so sorry. I went on a tangent. It happens whenever I see a cornerback.
I have to assume though that we're gonna rebuild the the DB situation in free agency. I would assume, but
You know what? We will do a show on free agency. Let's focus on the Bengals right now. We will do a show on free agency because we have no cornerbacks outside of Emmanuel Mosley, Ambry Thomas, Diamador Lenore, and
I hope we bring back Shark though. Like we need to re-sign the Shark, and
you won't re-sign the Shark.
Hey,
because you have Diamador Lenore, but it's Kid Cassidy in here. He says we're going to win by 10 points. Cassidy, is the first time I've seen you in here. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button. Definitely follow my guys over here at the Forever Faithful podcast as well. Appreciate you stopping in, man. We love talking 49er football. But here's the thing. The run defense the past 4 games has actually been amazing. Outside of that special teams play, if you take away Travis Homer's run for 80 yards, we held the Seahawks down. They didn't go anywhere. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So people don't realize over the past 4 weeks, we've held teams to under literally 70 yards rushing as a total, as a team. Russell didn't get out there and boogie like he used to. Why? Because we was in his ass.
That's because
Joe Burrow is not the most mobile of quarterbacks.
That's because
he freaking looking to run for his life like that. And if we get put like this, the beauty of our run defense is we have finally figured out how to use Eric Armstead. Yeah. When you put Eric Armstead in the middle with DJ Jones, that's a really good run stuffer. Because DJ Jones is a hog. That's
dude.
He's
a
went
badass
off last week,
motherfucker. Man. He's a beast.
Hey, let me see. Here's the thing about DJ. As long as he's healthy in the run game, don't run at that man. He ain't gonna do nothing to stop you. That's a whole lot of human being, And my buddy Mose knows. He always jokes. He says that's his doppelganger. It's DJ Jones. So I mean, I can't be mad at Mose for that. If I had a doppelganger in the league, I would do it. But the only thing I had remotely close to a doppelganger in the league was Dion, and that was only strictly based off the fact that my name was Dion, and that's what everybody called me.
Freaking. What was I think the biggest thing was like stopping the run last week stopping Wilson not from running. Dude, Aziz was just an absolute natural at middle linebacker. It was crazy.
He's an animal.
Dude, and I'm interested to see with him now not playing the middle because Fred's back, if it's just going to help his game even better because he saw what it's like to see the game at middle linebacker. So now he's going to see the whole field better. So
if Aziz,
he's going to be the fun player to watch today just to see how well he sees the field playing the outside because he played the middle so well last week.
Think about it like this. If Aziz keeps this up and we get this for at least another couple of years, could we see a little bit of Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis type shit playing out? The only difference between them was the fact that I loved it was the fact that we played more in a physical league at that time. I literally watched Patrick Willis grab somebody who tried to hurdle him and take his hand and put it in their chest and slam them to the ground like he was pulling off a fucking choke slam in WWE. Yep. I mean, it just the hits that he would lay. And then taking me back. You remember the shot goes Dante Whitner.
Remember the kill zone? And Dante Hittner, baby.
Hey, the kill zone. Hey, they told you don't come across that middle. They're late. I'll tell you, they would take your life. They would.
That's how Hufanga plays. His coverage skills suck, but he plays with that freaking. If you come over the middle, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out kind of mentality.
Talanoa Hufanga is gonna be a great guy, man. Because what I tell people is Talanoa Hufanga is a football player. Dude. And you have football players and you got specialists, but you got Talanoa he is that team, man. And shout out to the Tongan people, shout out to the Samoan people, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I grew up with them throughout, high school. Bro, they're the most humble and amazing people. They big as hell. God damn, they're some large individuals. And it's rare that you find like a runt in a family of Samoans or Tongan people or Polynesian people in general. But yeah, man, they are the dopest people out, and they so cool, man. I tell you right now, I give anything to be able to go back to some of them barbecues, bro. I was always eating.
Drink some kava.
Food is amazing.
So good.
The food is.
And-
Drink some kava too.
No, I never had that, honestly.
Dude, it's weird, bro. It like you feel like super relaxed, and it makes your tongue tingle.
Okay,
It literally makes
okay,
your tongue tingle, dude. It's
okay.
weird. But then you
Yeah,
sleep like a
understand.
baby. You sleep like a baby, dude. It's freaking awesome.
Oh, okay. So
It's weird because when you do it, they have to. It's all set up because they have to like get a big jug of water and mix it in their little bag, and then they always have like soda and freaking like Sour Patch Kids and stuff because the kava tastes like ass. So you have to have something sweet to wash it down with.
Something to knock it off. Hey, Pinor, this is a good question, and for shits and giggles, I'll put it up there. Pinor says, Would you guys trade Warner for an elite cornerback if it was possible? I'm gonna have to say no.
Hell no.
Nah,
Nope.
that wouldn't do it. I trade Jimmy for an elite corner.
It's just you don't trade away a leader like Warner, and
I'll tell you to be honest.
you don't trade away the leader of your defense. Like when you have a solid middle linebacker, you don't trade that away because that's the leader of your defense. That's like trading away a quarterback that's trading away Peyton Manning away from the freaking,
the Colts.
The Colts. Mm-hmm. You don't do that.
Not the Broncos because he sucked when he was with the Broncos.
Yeah, that's you don't trade away your leader and your freaking the guy that does everything for your team.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the defense, like you don't do that.
Yeah.
That's just
I wouldn't do that. For me, next year we are going to need cornerback help because we're going to need the depth we don't have. I don't know
where it's going to come from.
I think we have like 30 free agents next year, and it's going to be crazy how many people are gone and what people we do or don't bring back. My main thing for the offseason will be to see where Jimmy Garoppolo goes. Even though he has that no trade clause in his contract, let me tell you something.
Why would anybody even want to trade for him, though?
But let me tell you this. Jimmy don't want to be here. Jimmy don't want to be here, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you got Trey Lance breathing down his neck, and then at the same time, you got to think about it. Over the offseason, y'all basically slapped me in the face at least about 4 to 5 times by flirting with everybody on the market. Like Jimmy got treated like he was a side bitch rather than the main chick. That's what Jimmy got treated like.
But the side bitch been getting all that love, dude.
No, but you got to remember the side bitch got all the love because all the other chicks that we wanted to be the main chick wasn't fucking with us. We was out there flirting with everybody. We went to Aaron. We was like, "Hey, look, man, you want to be the main chick, Aaron?" And the Packers said, "Hell no, you ain't giving a week. No."
That's because everybody knows Aaron's been wanting to go home since the Packers drafted him.
But what I'm saying is like, and of course I use that as a hypothetical, but I'm saying like that's basically what it's been, and the sad thing, Joe Montana said this, and it kind of hurt me a little bit. He said that he prefers Jimmy G over Trey Lance. And then it came to me. He likes Jimmy because Jimmy's the type of quarterback that he was to an extent as far as staying in the pocket. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I don't mean any other thing else. Remember,
but Joe could make every single throw with his eyes closed.
In the same breath because they are not. The difference is Jimmy stays in the pocket, and that's the type of quarterback that Joe Montana likes. He likes average, everyday, regular quarterback.
Joe could take off and run and make the throw a beautiful.
Yeah, but Joe, but it wasn't. But I'm saying for what he cares for, that's the type he likes. Andrew Luck, Jimmy Garoppolo, stand in the pocket, deliver the ball, quarterback. He didn't care for Trey Lance because I can tell you right now, Steve Young seems to like Trey Lance a lot.
That's because
I was just gonna say Steve Young chooses Trey Lance,
and it makes sense.
That's because Trey Lance. That's because Trey Lance is Steve Young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're the same thing.
Steve Young had a cannon for an arm too, guys.
Yeah,
he could freaking launch that son bitch. He was just left-handed. Only difference.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that picture did you guys see that picture of Lance and Jerry Rice the other day?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, Jerry loves him some Trey Lance too.
He signed him up for the goat fuel.
But that's his first person he's ever asked to do the goat. He hasn't done anybody else has done goat fuel yet. Trey Lance is the first one that Jerry reached out to. He's the
And
first
then
person.
on the draft spot, Pinor comes and he says it's going to come from the 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds, and returning Dante Johnson will never value that position. And and if we try, we suck at scouting it. Akello wasn't it. Ambry following his step. This is very true. We don't value the cornerback position. The last big name cornerback I remember us bringing in here was Richard Sherman. And before Richard Sherman, we had to go all the way back. And it was Nate Clements.
It's because I honestly, the reason I think we don't value it is because I literally think that John Lynch has always tried to just recreate that Tampa team. A solid middle linebacker, Fred Warner, demolishing front line, which we had that year we went to the Super Bowl. We had a Tampa Bay freaking style defensive line that year.
Yep.
With and I do think John thought for some reason he thought that Eric Armstead was the next Warren Sapp or something. I don't know why, but he did. That's why he paid him and traded Buckner. And then he likes and then freaking he likes his safeties because obviously he is a Hall of Fame safety, and so our safeties we seem to do okay getting the safeties, but John just completely ignores the corners because he thinks, well, that's what we did, and that's what we did in Tampa with Tony Dungy. We didn't pay that much attention to the cornerbacks. To be fair, they had Rondé Barber. He might be the only one that, is a Hall of Fame corner from that team. But at the same time, like they didn't value the cornerbacks the same way they value their hard hitting safeties like Lynch, and then they're demolishing defensive line, and then the linebacker who just could go sideline to sideline and make every single play. That's the way John Lynch has built this defense from the start. And I think that's why we've neglected the corner position, because he is trying to recreate his glory days with our defense.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just my take on it.
Yeah, no, that sounds 100% true. Shout out to my hermano right there, man. It's my brother Jimmy. Let's see here. Kyle Shanahan does not have a standard of performance. The performance system that educated his players, and that is education that Walsh instilled in those players. Let me that right there. Let me touch on that for just a quick second. Bill Walsh was breaking it down like bit by bit.
The smartest motherfucker ever.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like he broke it down and it made it so simplified that there was no way you could not get over it. That you couldn't pick it up. And I have to say, there are coaches in sports that you get and you see them and you're like, these dudes are on a whole nother level. Bill Walsh was one of them. The other guy for me was John Wooden, Coach Wooden from UCLA. That man, even in his old age, was still sharp, like on a consistent basis. I remember going to games at Pauley Pavilion and seeing him sitting down there. He's not even a coach, but he's right there watching the game, and he's very astute on every single thing that's still happening. Like he knew what was going on.
He coached Kareem, right?
Yeah. I have a cousin that actually played on that team, man.
Shit.
Yeah, he was Vincent Carson. Yeah, that's a second cousin for me, man. And then I looked at him and I was like, VC, why did you? Hey, good morning, Mom. Mom's in here. But I told him, I'm like, VC, why didn't you play? He's like, oh man, he's like, man, I had everything you could think of, but I just didn't care enough. And I'm like, bro, you were playing with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Why? What are you doing? He was like, man, I just wanted a free ride in college. And, it's crazy because, when he unfortunately passed, his funeral was full of people that were all at least 6'5". So you can imagine, I'm only 5'6", so I felt short as hell. I almost didn't want to go because I was like, I don't want. I got to look up at every goddamn body just to say hello. Met Lamar Odom. He's a really cool cat. He was actually a really, really good dude. But for this game, man, let's just keep it a buck. And we're going to end it here. We're about an hour in. Brandon, who wins and why?
I'm going to say Niners 21, Bengals 17. I say George Kittle has another breakout game.
I like that. I like that. Okay. Christian, who wins and
Did
why?
you guys see my tweet earlier on Twitter or no?
I ain't catch it.
No.
Hold on, wait. Before you say anything, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone, right? Goddamn.
It's just a score prediction, but I'm gonna
Okay.
go with it, and then I'll explain.
All right, go with it. I got you.
I'm pretty sure I put 45-17 Bengals.
Damn.
Jamar Chase,
Damn.
and Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins are going to go off on our sorry ass corners, dude. It's going to be bad.
Damn, man.
Joe's
like
going to have a career day.
You drove a stake through my heart, brother. Good God.
Joe's going to have a career day, and 45 of those, one of the point I pick 6 will be one of the, touchdowns for those 45 points. But still, they're gonna light us up, dude.
Oof. Oh, okay.
Because I have no faith in this team after losing to that trash ass Seattle team last week. I don't care if it's a division game. Jimmy's freaking ass. I think the Bengals still have a pass rush. They're going to get to Jimmy and make him look like trash. And as bad as our corners are, and then with Mosley being hurt and stuff, and our best corner being freaking Norman. I mean, if I'm Burrow, what are you going to do when the pass rush gets bad? I'm just going to throw it up to my receiver and be like, oh, well, we'll either catch it or we'll get a pass interference. So,
Damn, man, you
I never expect. I'll be surprised if we win 2 more games. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm still pissed off about last week, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose to the Texans when we play them. I think next week.
Oh, I need it. Whoa.
I'm serious, dude.
Slow down here. Okay, Lefty. Let's just bring it back. Let's rein it in. Stick. If I can strike that from the fucking record, I would.
I'm fucking done. I'm done with picking this team to win anything.
I get you, but it's the fucking Texans, okay? Don't.
It was the fucking Seattle Seahawks who were fucking ass and a half times 10.
Okay, and Christian, did we not?
They're just as bad.
Christian, did we not get fucked on how many calls? Come on.
I know that. But if Jimmy wasn't an ass,
I understand it. But let me tell you something. Part of it, in all honesty, when he let us down the field, and we give him credit because he did. He let us down the field on that last drive. Part of that was us getting fucked by the refs. Hey, what's going on, Sid? That's exactly what it was. Because
fair.
Prince Sherfield got held from the minute the ball got snapped.
100% fair. Yeah. But at the same time, if Jimmy can just not suck,
we're asking a lot.
We win that game.
Come on now, we know the reality of things. So
that's what I'm saying though. Like that's why I'm so over this team, because how can you play like that when you have your rookie who's sitting there and the freaking fans are sick and tired of it, and you still go in and play the next week after you play? I just don't.
The only way, and where am I? I need to find some I'll knock on something. The only way we see Trey Lance is Jimmy gets hurt. It's the only way. Other than that, I'll knock on wood. I may not. I know that sounds horrible.
I just honestly, I don't even want to make the playoffs because I want to not make the playoffs and then Kyle have to reap what he sows. That's what I want to happen. I want to not make the playoffs so that fucking arrogant fucker has to reap what he sows because this is his fucking fault. So I want him to fucking be in trouble. I want it all to come down on his ass because we're in this fucking position because of him. So,
dude. Pinor in the comments, man. He say,
bet you.
He bet shit. You want to know how you have? You want to know how I have money? Want to know how I have money and nice things? I don't waste it on stupid shit like bets.
He say he bet the damn thing. Well, for me, I'm going to. Pinor say nothing but love, Lefty. I will say this.
No, I'm playing, bro.
Yeah, we all.
It's all fun and games.
It's for me. I do feel that the 49ers will win this game. I'm going to give it a close one, but I'm going to go 21-17. Probably right around Brandon's. I think we can pull it off, and the reason being is because their defense is very vulnerable. Imagine
that pass
for a second.
No joke, though.
Just imagine for a second. We can cook those DBs. We have no Logan Wilson. So they're playing with run-of-the-mill ass linebackers.
But they can still
hold on. We have Jermichael Hasty, who's a shifty guy. One thing that you've not seen from Jermichael Hasty is him get behind someone. And let me tell you, I watched this college tape. If he gets behind someone, he's gone. And I'm not talking about just, he's going to run for 20 yards and blow out a steam. He's hitting it to the house. That's the issue. He's never had the proper blocking to be able to allow him to get busy.
But he's a between the tackles runner that gets behind.
He's not no. You must not have watched his college tape. I'm gonna tell you right now, Jermichael Hasty is the prototypical Kyle Shanahan running back. He's actually the perfect back for this offense. His college tape tells you right now that Kyle just ain't been using his ass properly. I watched it extensively when we got him as a UDFA.
Okay.
Because I was like, let me look at who these guys are. When we get UDFAs, the first thing I do is I'm looking for everything I can find. I want to see you good, you bad, you ugly. With Jermichael Hasty, the thing is, if he gets going, he has the speed to take the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Really does. He is actually a very fast cornerback. The only issue that I have with him is he dances too much. He jump cutting all over the goddamn place.
Happy feet.
You stick your foot in the ground like Heen and get the fuck out of here. But damn, yeah. Pine-Nor, we gotta be politically correct, man. We little people can't use the M word, man. You know, you don't got YouTube on my ass.
Hey, I used it.
Yeah, but
Last week.
So the funny thing is, and shout out to John V, man. Nothing but love to you. Thank you for your comment to Moms, man. She knows who you are.
Sure.
John has the locker room rant. Okay. And if you ever haven't watched the locker room rant, it's just a bunch of great guys talking fucking sports. But they talk football, basketball, whatever. We cannot talk baseball, guys, because baseball is currently on fucking strike. They didn't get their CBA. They didn't get their CBA shit together. So my goddamn Braves can't go back and repeat because you motherfuckers don't want to negotiate. So you better get it together, okay? Because I want to see a back-to-back for the Atlanta Braves, okay? That's just sidebar.
They got to bring everybody back if that's the case.
Don't worry about that. We got that.
Who's the one guy who was the MVP for the Braves? What's his name?
You talking about Freddie Freeman?
No, the Dominican guy.
Oh shit, his name escapes me, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that guy.
Dude, they need to bring him back, and then I mean, they are going to get Acuna back. So
Acuna, and he's the greatst. He's top 5.
He's amazing, dude.
He's top 5.
But does Freddie come back though? That's the thing.
Freddie will be back. Don't you even put that out there in the air. Don't manifest that into the universe. Freddie Freeman will be an Atlanta Brave. Okay.
I worry because my team's a bunch of assholes, and they're going to throw him way too much money.
Who?
The Yankees.
Oh, the Yankees? No, fuck the Yankees.
They're going to throw him so much money.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say this to your face. Fuck the Yankees. Okay? My great grandmother was the one who taught me about baseball, and the first thing she told me was, when I was a kid, she told me, she said, you love the Dodgers and you hate the damn Yankees. And that was the number one thing. And I kid you not, ever since I grew up from being a kid, That's because your grandma grew up watching the Yankees freaking break the Dodgers fans' hearts. That's why. Yeah, probably so.
Hey,
and
dude,
she hated him.
Jackie would have had Jackie probably would have had what, three or 4 titles, but he only won 1 because all the other times he lost to the Yankees.
Yeah, that was the hard part, man. That was the hard
part. I have to say, fuck the Dodgers, okay?
Oh damn, bro! Oh yeah, you're a Giants fan, aren't you?
Fuck the Giants too. They're a bunch
He's a Giants fan. That's why he's mad. He's upset. He's upset. Hey, look, at the end of the day, bro, we'll always be big brother.
That's true.
They're always gonna suck.
That's why the Dodgers had that. Ended up finishing second, and the freaking Giants with their out of nowhere freaking first place, and still
still got cooked, man. It happened, bro.
Hey, we didn't get cooked. We got cooked by the fucking ump. Okay, let's get that right there.
Okay. See. Oh, now it's the umpire.
One pitch. Okay, you want to? Okay, if you guys really want to talk about getting fucked over in baseball, the Yankees got fucked over 2 years in a row by the actual cheating Astros, who we knew were fucking stealing shit.
Yeah.
And the Yankees lost in Game 7 of the AL fucking CS 2 years in a row to those fucking cheating bastards.
Yeah.
So you really want to talk about getting fucked? The Yankees got fucked twice.
Y'all have like 27 damn World Series, right? Don't y'all have like a bunch of them?
Yeah, we got a lot.
Okay, so why you crying? Why you crying? We don't need no more.
Hey, y'all
the trophy case is full, goddammit. You probably need another fucking wing in Yankee Stadium to put all of them in there. It's tough. No, you don't need
Hey,
no more
you best
damn
be
trophy.
tripping if you need more.
Yeah, y'all
remember-
got more than enough.
I remember watching those two series too, dude, and like losing in Game 7 and just being so fucking pissed and like, how the fuck did that little? Oh, we better watch my mouth. What I was about to say. Hitting these home runs out of nowhere off, and and then I find out they were cheating. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. But hey, guys, we're gonna end it there. Me and Brandon are optimistic that the 49ers will pull off the win. Christian says we're gonna get the shit beat out of us as the Bengals got done to them last week. They got the brakes beat off of them, and he feels we're gonna get the brakes beat off of us. But what will happen is we'll be doing a post-game show, and we're gonna beat the brakes off of Lefty in the comments because we're gonna win today.
Hey,
that's just how we all feel about it.
We gonna win today.
If I go in thinking that we're gonna get our ass kicked and we win, good, because if we are gonna get our ass kicked and I went thinking at least my mental health will be able to handle it. I can't go in freaking thinking we're gonna win and then what happened last week. I can't have another freaking episode like I did last week.
It causes a lot of unnecessary stress when we lose. Dude, and it even causes me more stress.
I don't need to get the wife mad at me again from getting too angry.
Hey, okay, Pydor on some bullshit right now.
You guys have an average day. All right.
Hey man, hey, I appreciate you, Pydor, man. Pydor, man, y'all got to get on these Twitter Spaces, bro. Y'all got to be in these spaces.
I get on sometimes.
Spaces be popping. It'd be hilarious, bro. I'll tell you this. You got to be real mindful when you see Enzo because, bro, when I say he is a Jimmy G hater, he despises Jimmy. Like, I almost feel like if he saw Jimmy, he might Tanya Harding that ass. He might hit him. He might bust him in the knee with a lead pipe just so he can do it.
Hey, I'm right there with him, bro.
And just like walk past him, just bop, and then just walk past and keep going. And it's something. And then next thing you know, Jimmy Garoppolo out for the year with a shattered kneecap, and everybody's looking like, how did Trey Lance get to start? And you just see him like the Grinch. You remember when the Grinch smiled and his hair came down and it split like that?
Yep, from the cartoon.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. I feel like that, bro, because he's off the chain. But hey, thanks so much, everybody, for coming in and hanging out with us, man. Tavarius, thanks for dropping the comment. We all are a little nervous about Debo, but hopefully he's good and they don't overuse him. This has been a wonderful show, man, a great morning show. These are the guys at the Forever Faithful podcast. You see these handles, those are the Twitter handles. If y'all got IG, shout them out. If not, man, remember Forever Faithful podcast. Get over there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for them. These guys are awesome and amazing people. And we're all 49er fans, man. So we got to show ourselves some love because these weak ass teams from other places, they ain't going to do it outside of guys like, I think there's a dude out there named Don Burr who's a Lions fan. And, you got to give him a shout because they got their first win, but they're going to take another L this week. That's all they getting this year. I don't think they get much more. But, definitely let everybody know where to find you guys, man, outside of your Twitter handles and the Forever Faithful.
Yeah, so like my name says right there, at BDoes49, that's on Twitter. Go follow our podcast page, FFPod49, and our Instagram page, Forever Faithful Podcast, spelled out all the way. And go hit that subscribe and like button and turn on your notification bell to get all of your 49er news on YouTube. Christian, you want to finish it off?
Well,
just your name.
Yeah, follow me at Lefty1680. I don't tweet a lot, but follow me anyway.
That's the perfect way to end the show, bro. You laugh like that, man. Hey,
that's what I'm here for, the laughs.
We'll be on after the game.
We'll be on after the game.
I'll start writing.
I might not. Either we'll go on after the game or we'll wait till tomorrow because
it'll be after the game or Monday. Either way, man, we will definitely do it. And see this, I have this StreamYard, man. So this is what we're gonna do, guys. And I'm gonna manifest this, and it's gonna come to fruition because this is gonna be probably one of the funnest things we can do. John is my brother from another mother. Like I actually talk to John. Like that's my friend. Like I know John. Like I have his actual number. John, we got to do a crossover with us in the locker room rant. That is going to be some crazy shit. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to go viral in ways you can't fucking imagine. But yeah, man, I'll get with you on the side, John, because that's going to be ridiculous. Because y'all got to do Tony and Nick. They literally flagged John and Tony because of how they treat Nick. They say they bully him. No bullshit.
Are you serious?
Bro, hit John B up on Twitter. Ask him about the shit. It's priceless. YouTube was flagging there.
I was wondering why he got flagged.
Bro, he got flagged several times because they said he was bullying Nick.
That's funny.
Because he'll say some off the wall shit. And he's a Browns fan.
Oh, that's why, man.
So
Shit.
He's just a fan of pain. Just all the pain.
All the pain in the
that you
world.
can imagine, dude.
All of the pain. So yeah, man. Thank y'all so much, man. And I gotta get 49er Media, man. We're gonna hook up, baby. Because I see you in here all the time. But hey, man, thanks so much for joining us. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Go Niners. Remember, win or lose, we're still faithful. And at the end of the day, no matter what Lefty says, we're going to win this goddamn game.
No matter what Lefty says.
No matter what Lefty says,
let me just repeat that. No matter what he says, the Niners are freaking winning today.
There we go.
Joe Burrow's broken in his pinky.
I'm team bring on next season.